morning, everybody who's having coffee in bed this morning, or maybe you're already out of bed and having your coffee. We have a really special guest for you today joining us for chat this morning on the yellow couch.
That's right. We like it when people join us here. Actress and Milwaukee native Chuti Tiu has worked alongside some big names like Minnie Driver, Sally Fields, Vince Vaughn, just to name a few. And now, in addition to acting, she's taken on the role of screenwriter, and her debut film, Pretty Rosebud, is already winning awards. How exciting is that?
I'm so
5
blessed.
awards to be exact, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So awesome. I want to talk about this film because it's actually limited release, so people thinking they're going to be able to go and just check it out in any theater. Unfortunately, that's not the case right now. Special screenings, but there is one tonight here in the Milwaukee area. What's super cool in your opinion about this movie? Besides the fact that you're in it.
Besides that I'm in it. And, we
and you wrote it.
And I wrote it. I just feel so cool. Actually, it is definitely from a woman's perspective. It's about a frustrated, career-driven woman who is stuck in an unhappy marriage. And so she starts making some questionable decisions in her efforts to find her true path in life. So, yeah, I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it, regardless of their ethnic background or even their gender.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of ethnic background, part of the reason that you wrote it is because you were kind of tired with the stereotypical way that Asians were portrayed in films, and that's one thing that you really wanted to do through writing this one, correct?
That is absolutely true. You know, it's funny because a lot of times the roles that either I would play or even just audition for, oh my gosh, they'd be the same ones over and over again. Nurse, doctor, you know, just and they'd be kind of monodimensional, right? And you didn't get to see flaws and really interesting aspects about their maybe dark past or whatever. So every one of us has ups and downs and flaws. I wanted to show that in this film.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I think the most interesting characters to us are complicated. They make mistakes. They sometimes learn from their mistakes, sometimes they don't. Is that something that drew you to this too, in writing it and starring in it?
Absolutely. That is the through line. In fact, the main gist of this film is that we need to listen to our own true voice. It doesn't matter what your parents say, spouse says, friends, work, what have you. I mean, you need to listen. What does your heart, what does your gut tell you?
So what's next for you? We know we've got to shout out to Joy. You're a good friend of Joy Box,
yes,
and that's
Joy.
exciting as well. Everybody loves her here on the Morning Blend.
Yeah.
What's next for you? What will you do within the film world or the acting world?
Okay, so Pretty Rosebud, we have a great journey for Pretty Rosebud. After this, we have a screening at the Cannes Film Market. Very excited, May 18th.
That's big. That's huge.
Yeah. And then we're going to the Big Island Film Festival, Kona, Hawaii, end of May. My husband's never been there. He was the director, actually, and so he's very excited to go. We're both excited to go. And then after that, several other film screenings and film festivals and getting distribution. So, and then in terms of acting, oh my gosh, my husband and I constantly keep on writing stories and producing stories and directing. So we have another short plan called Man Woman, and then another one called Lunar Ticking, which we co-wrote, and he is going to star in it, and I have a supporting role. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I wonder, is what kind of dynamic that adds to your relationship? Yeah. Because part of this movie is that you step outside your marriage and have relationships with other men.
Yes, that's very true. And he wasn't sure. He was a little bit, you know, trepidatious at first, like, what's it going to be like to direct this?
Yeah.
But I think another through line in the movie, a theme, is that communication is absolutely key. We always hear that, right? But that's what you need, and that's really what makes our relationship work. We don't always agree, right?
Right, right. I get that.
You know how that is. But yeah, you have to communicate so that you're at least on the same page.
That's exciting. So people can see it tonight. It's at what time again?
7:30.
7:30 at the Marcus Majestic, and people can learn more about the film at prettyrosebud.com. So let's switch gears a little bit because we've got you on the yellow couch.
Yeah.
Okay. On Mother's Day is coming up this weekend, and one of our sound offs this weekend today is about, are you becoming your mother? Do you see yourself as becoming your mother? For those of you watching at home, you can go to our Facebook sound off. We'll have a chance to read your responses later. If so, how? Okay. Are you becoming your mother, Chuti?
Okay. I am not consciously aware of becoming my mother.
Maybe we need to ask your husband.
Exactly. Yeah. That's funny you should say that. That's exactly what Oscar says. I will say something. I'll be like, honey. And he goes, oh my gosh, you just said that exactly like your mom says it to your dad. Like, oh my gosh, I am becoming my mom. But I have to say that my mom is a beautiful human being. And a compliment to say that I'm becoming her.
So you feel good about it. So you think it's in certain things that you say?
Yes, I do, very much so. And then I think my brother and sister like to kind of tease me. I am kind of like my mom when it comes to religion and church going. I'm kind of like, ooh, let's go, or whatever. And they're like, okay, Chew. They call me Chew. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, I am becoming my mom.
Do you think you're becoming your mom?
Yeah, what's funny is my kids are the ones who usually tell me, "Oh, you sound just like Nana."
You do.
They're
sometimes.
The ones. Yeah,
Moments.
Yeah, there are. Do you see it too?
Yes. Sometimes when you guys laugh, she and her mom, like every once in a while, get this exact same laugh, and you're like, "That's her mom. Is it her or is it her mom?" You don't know.
Yeah. And what about you? You feel like that?
Oh yeah. My mom. One thing that bothered me growing up was that my mom, whenever she'd talk about something emotional, she'd get that lump in her throat. She wouldn't be able to talk through it, and now I do that. If I see kids, if I see old people, if I see any of this stuff that just gets me, like I
makes you choked up. You can't talk through it.
Can't talk through it.
Do you have a favorite piece or best piece of advice that your mom ever gave you?
Save for the rainy day.
Oh,
yeah.
Definitely.
I like that.
That's a really good practical one. I think especially in a very consumerist society, it's like best thing, new thing, all of that. I mean, a lot of times all you need is a little crazy glue and it'll last 20 more years.
It's true. Right, that's true. Gorilla glue too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are some other good questions we have? How about that, since you're saving for a rainy day, one that Molly always loves is, what do you hate to spend money on?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm embarrassed to say, but parking tickets.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, why don't you just pay the fee up front, right?
Exactly, exactly. Like, oh my gosh, if I just had put one more quarter. You know?
I know. I could have gotten the extra 15 minutes. That's a good one. That's a good. I do not like to spend money on home maintenance stuff.
Yeah.
Like a hot water heater, that is not fun.
Oh, right.
You know, that is not a fun thing to buy. Or like putting on a new roof, that is not fun.
No, and they're supposed to last forever. It's
Right.
like, wait, I bought it once. I don't ever want to do it again.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a nervous habit?
I do. Okay, imagine this is my foot, okay? I love to stand on it on my knuckles.
What?
Yeah, I love to do that because it cracks them and then I'll just walk around and it just gets out tension. I know, it's
That
so weird.
is wild.
It's really
That's
weird
wild.
looking.
Yeah. Oh, I
You're
bet.
a piano player, aren't you?
I am. I am
right.
classical pianist.
Yeah.
And did you have training as a kid? Did you take lessons?
I did. And my teacher, bless her heart, is passed away now, but Clara Saylor, I studied with her, but her son still teaches in the Milwaukee area, Rick Saylor, and they have an incredible studio of students.
And speaking of Milwaukee, is there anything you miss about Milwaukee or something you really love about the Midwest?
Okay. So much. I mean, there is so much. First of all, the air is sweeter. The trees, I swear to God, look greener, but that's because the air is cleaner. You know, you can actually see the green.
Yeah.
One thing also, the cheese.
Yeah, we have good cheese here.
Oh my gosh, I love
Good
the
cheese.
And then just down to earth, really relatable. I love how, I mean, even walking the halls here, I'm like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? You don't always get that in some bigger cities that shall remain nameless, you know?
Right, right.
It's true.
I get that.
And people genuinely care when they ask you back, how are you?
Exactly.
They wait for the answer instead of just passing by.
Yeah, exactly. So
right.
I miss
love
so
that.
much.
Well, it's great. Well, people can come and see your film tonight. Again, it's at the Majestic, the Marcus Majestic. You can visit prettyrosebud.com to learn more as well about the film and about Chuti and everything that's going on with it. We're so proud of you. It was nice to have you here on the Yellow Couch.
Thank you guys so much.
Come back and visit anytime you're back in town. We'd love it.
I would love it
And we'll
too.
tell Joy you said what's up.
Yes.
Yes, what's up? Yes, please tell her I did. Give her a big hug.
We will. It's awesome.
Thanks, Chuti.